This week I'm going to be building a curved seat for my van build, and I'm going to be doing a curve cut for the very first time. Here I have traced out the shape of the seat that I want, and now I'm going to cut it on a piece of 1/2-inch maple. I finished tracing the arch shape that I'm going to do, and now I'm going to cut it with the jigsaw. So this here is the vent for my fridge. So I need to make sure that there is an area for air to come into. And instead of having holes here that are going to be visible out the side, I'm actually going to just do it through the floor because this hovers. That way there will be a good amount of airflow. It'll be coming from a cool place and it won't be visible, which is great. Because of the fridge vent, I'm going to have to create a platform and space that platform up so that I can store things in there, but it doesn't interfere with the fridge vent. So these are going to be the piece of wood that I spaced the platform up with, and I already cut the platform. So I'm gonna cut these to 2 inches wide. That's actually dangerous, probably. I think this is where it starts, right? And then theoretically, I hope this doesn't snap because it shouldn't, but I'm scared. Wow, this is not the shape that I expected the storage to be at all, but it's cool actually. In my last van, I had mice a few times and they would get into the walls and chew the insulation and just overall mess up the build. So this time I'm making sure to add a mesh screen to the vent so that if a mouse does get into the van, they won't be able to climb under the seat into this area and mess anything up. I cut off a lot of this glue, but there's still quite a bit on here, and I'm gonna sand it and see how much progress I can make. I chose a really coarse sandpaper and we'll see how it does. The thing is it's gonna just get really hot and like melt it feels like. Like I don't feel like it's taking it off. It's just kind of like melting it because it's getting so hot. I sanded this piece for a very long time. I sanded the glue, I sanded the ridges, and I wasn't seeing much progress, so I switched to the belt sander to see if that would be a little more efficient. When I bent the wood, these ridges appeared, so my goal here is to sand them smooth so they're no longer visible when I eventually add walnut veneer to it. It's just taking forever. Yeah, it's better, but you can still feel the ridges. I'm concerned that it's getting weaker because it feels a little weaker. So
I mean, a layer of veneer is gonna help, right?
no, the veneer will just mold to the shape. You can see every little divot underneath the veneer.
Well, you don't want to make it weak sitting on it, you know?
Well, this force is still going to be strong. It's really like this force. This should be good like that. And I'm going to just go ahead and trace it. That's the piece that I need to cut. And I'm just going to cut it with the scroll saw. I got this new 70mm dash cam for the van and we're going to test it out today. In my last van, I got in an accident where a vehicle rear-ended me when I was at a stoplight. And thankfully, I had a dash cam in that vehicle, so it was so much easier to deal with insurance because I had proof that they rear-ended me and I was just at a stoplight. And since then, I will never drive a vehicle without a dash cam. The dash cam I'm using in this van is the 70mm 4K T800 dash cam, and like other 70mm dash cams, it's really easy to install and it takes up minimal space here on your windshield. This dash cam is the first 3-system dash cam that supports dual 4K recording. So I can capture crisp footage of both the front of my van, the back of my van, and also inside of the van. It uses the latest technology to capture crisp images even in low light, so you can document license plate numbers at a distance. And when the sun sets, it uses 70mm night owl vision to minimize glare and provide detailed footage at night. I have used many different dash cams, and the reason why I chose this one is because of the 3-channel recording, and it also has collision detection so that I can stay covered when I'm not even there. Basically, what collision detection does is it automatically records whenever it detects the car is being broken into, which is really important for someone like me who has all of my belongings in this vehicle. I've always been very paranoid that someone is breaking into my vehicle when I'm away from it, and sometimes it actually really affects my day when I'm away from the van. So having this peace of mind with the collision detection is so important because I can really enjoy my time away from the van without worrying that something is going wrong. It uses AI motion detection to monitor your vehicle, and you can set it up so that you can get instant 4G alerts if anything suspicious is detected. You can also remotely check on the inside and outside of your van. And for me, this was really important because sometimes we leave our pup in here with the AC on, and we just want to make sure he's doing okay. Like most other dash cams, the footage is continuously overwritten as it films, but this dash cam is able to detect if you've been in an accident, and it will actually save that footage into an emergency folder, and it won't overwrite that footage. I personally would never drive without a dash cam, just like I wouldn't drive without insurance, because it's a really vital part of keeping yourself protected. So if you need a dash cam for yourself or you're looking to upgrade the one you already have, check out the link in my description. These are going to be the supports for the hinge and the cabinet in general. One of them is going to be back here, like that. That's the angle. And then this one will also have an angle. So I'm going to cut these angles, and this will be the support for the bench. So I'm going to put this up here. I don't have my sanding block, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to rip this down to 6 inches, which is going to land right about there. this is the final seat. I think I still might need to sand this down a little bit, and I'm going to be putting walnut veneer on this as well. I'm gonna do a walnut edge banding here, and Tori's gonna help me make some seat cushions for this, which is gonna look very similar to the seat cushions I have back there. These are the cushions that I have for the seats back here. There'll be one on the bottom, and it's going to have that arch shape. And then there's gonna be this backrest. And I think it's gonna be pretty comfortable. I really like having this seat because I feel like I'm gonna be able to look out at the view and just like spread out a little more compared to the seats back there. This backrest is part of what composes the bed as well. And then I have some storage in here. So I have a hinge. As you can see, I still need to sand and work out some of the aesthetics on the inside of this box. As you can see, this is not a perfect arch. So it's arched over here, and then here there's an angle and it goes parallel to the shower wall. Because if I made this a perfect arch, it would come out here, and I felt like the walkway would get very narrow, and I think that the movement inside of the van just makes a lot more sense with this shape, even though it's a little funky. But I actually really like it. I think it's very unique, and I think works well in this space considering this is an angled wall. So that is how I built this arch seat in my van build. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I cannot wait until there is walnut on this seat and we have some cushions to make it feel really finalized. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for next week for more van build content.